Here's what you need to know. How the tables turn on every narcissist. Have you ever wondered what happens when the tables finally turn on a narcissist? Let's dive into this fascinating topic today. Before we get started, if you enjoy what you see, please hit that like button, subscribe, and share with others who might find this information valuable. Now, the phrase "the tables have turned" is something we all understand. It signifies a shift in power or fortune. Maybe you once felt on top of the world, and now things are different. Or perhaps you started in last place and have climbed your way to the top. For narcissists, these shifts are incredibly challenging because they thrive on control and admiration, yet they rarely acknowledge when the balance tips against them. Narcissists are masters of illusion, painting a picture of their lives filled with joy, success, and endless praise. They want everyone to believe they are perfect, adored by all, and without fault. This illusion is what's known as their false narrative, and many of us, at one point, bought into it. You may have seen them as the ultimate partner, a soulmate, or the ideal friend or family member. They had you convinced they were everything you ever wanted. But then, something changed. The mask slipped. In a narcissistic relationship, this moment can feel like a breaking point. The truth can no longer be hidden, and when that happens, the fallout is messy, not just for the narcissist, but for everyone around them as well. Stick around as we explore how these dramatic shifts unfold and what it means for those entangled in a narcissist's web. Throughout a narcissist's life, there will be countless moments, seriously countless, when things don't go their way. You might not hear about most of these instances, but they definitely happen. For instance, imagine the narcissist is trying to win over a new source of supply. This might not even involve you. Perhaps it happened before you ever crossed paths with the narcissist. Let's say this new person was just about to take the plunge into the narcissist's manipulative web, ready to get lost in their fog. But then something changed. They figured it out quickly. All that effort the narcissist put into grooming this person just went down the drain because they either cut ties or simply said, "Thanks, but no thanks," and blocked them. This occurs more often than you might think. The narcissist usually has multiple options they're juggling at once, trying to see which one will get really hot, meaning which person will fall for their tricks. If they're juggling 8 or 9 prospects, when one of them finally takes the bait, that's when the narcissist goes, that's the one. The rest, they'll just have to wait. The narcissist will keep them on the hook, sending a few texts here and there to keep them thinking about them while they focus all their energy on love bombing the one who's really catching their attention. And yes, that was probably you. But at the time, you didn't know what narcissism was. It wasn't something they taught you in school, so you had no idea what you were up against, a dark force, really. The narcissist was almost certainly wearing a mask when you met. They played mind games, learning all about your dreams, your goals, your family history, your job, and everything about you. They acted like they could help you achieve your dreams, but only if you did something for them first. That's when you stepped into their trap. By the time you realized what was happening, you were already in a relationship with them, and they were fully aware of it. There's a crucial moment in every narcissistic relationship when the balance shifts, and it becomes all about the narcissist. But hang tight. I'll explain when that balance flips back against them. The shift happens when you make significant commitments to them, like marrying them, moving in together, starting a business, giving them money, or even helping them pay for school. You believed in your decisions, and the narcissist exploited that belief, tugging at your heartstrings. That's the nature of the narcissist. They're shapeshifters, completely self-centered. But this is when they turn the tables on you. And it's a painful experience to realize you're with someone who claimed to love you, but shows no real affection. They don't truly care about anyone, not even their own children, let alone you. What you went through was the harsh reality of being with someone who has no love to give. And that's a tough lesson to learn. When you were feeling vulnerable, the narcissist really took advantage of you. They twisted your empathy, love, and relationships into weapons against you. They drained you of your health, time, status, belief in people, and clarity. They took everything they could. And then, just when they had taken almost all they wanted from you, they either discarded you or you decided to end things yourself. Most often, though, you were the one who was tossed aside. No matter how it happened, the relationship ended, and I truly sympathize with what you went through. After that, you had to pick up the pieces. You needed to be lucky, strong, brave, determined, and committed enough to find that elusive truth behind the narcissistic abuse cycle. When you finally figured it out, it was shocking and hard to believe that people like that even existed. How could you have been unaware? How did things turn against you? Why were all those aspects of your life turned into tools for manipulation? Well, that's just how narcissists operate. It's not an excuse. It's simply how these pathetic, parasitic individuals seek out others to exploit, moving from one person to another. They spend their lives trying to improve their own situations while leaving others feeling empty and broken. That's why many of these people are just not good. When things turned against you, you didn't realize what you were dealing with because you kept trying to please the narcissist. You gave and gave, maybe because you were a people pleaser or lacked boundaries. You overshared your feelings and circumstances with them, and they were taking notes. Got it? This one doesn't like being manipulated. I'll keep that in mind. This one is short on cash. Okay? I'll look for someone else who has more. This one can't handle the silent treatment, so I'll skip that tactic. Oh, time for a smear campaign. I'll figure out a way to get them because I have plenty of manipulation tricks up my sleeve. I'll wear them down because everyone can be manipulated until they can't be. That's the mindset of the narcissist. So, after the relationship, when you start to heal and realize what you were truly facing with the narcissist, that's when you begin to rebuild yourself. That's when you learn to practice radical acceptance and understand that there are people in the world who don't care about your well-being. Some people are jealous of you and some want to be you, and the narcissist is certainly at the top of that list. They were always in competition with you, constantly testing how you felt in the relationship. They didn't want you to succeed, heal, or understand what narcissism really was. They didn't want to see you rise from the ashes and reclaim your power. They wanted you stuck, longing for them, and mired in negativity, like that little stagnant pond behind me. That's where they thrive. That's how they captured you and kept you submerged for so long. And that's part of their design. You finally got the message, had that light bulb moment, and began to protect yourself. Bit by bit, you set your boundaries and started to process everything. You wrote in a journal, practiced meditation, saw a therapist, watched helpful videos, and worked on healing your childhood wounds. You pieced yourself back together, and it took a lot of time, but you did it on your own terms. Then one day, the narcissist shrank to nothing in your eyes. You broke the trauma bond and untied the 4 connections: emotional, financial, physical, and spiritual. You healed and reached that high point of indifference, the peak where the narcissist and anyone from that chapter of your life no longer mattered. Shame on the narcissist and all their enablers. You were manipulated and fooled just like they were, but you'll realize it in your own time, probably when it's too late for them. This is when the tables turn on the narcissist. When you finally cut off contact, you recognize how valuable your energy and time are. They may have depleted your resources, but you rebuilt yourself. Now you have boundaries. You can say no, the most powerful word in English. You're not vulnerable to hoovering anymore. I've talked about hoovering a lot in my videos. It's when the narcissist checks to see if you're open to talking. Remember, never accept a hoover. It will only hurt you and drag you back. Now that the tables have turned, the narcissist will realize they lost the best thing they ever had. And that was you. You know it, I know it, and deep down they know it too. The narcissists took their best shot at you, and they failed. They couldn't bring you down. You're still here, still living your life, filling your cup, and gaining wisdom from everything you went through. You've learned the lessons from that difficult period and applied them to your present. You understand the terms and concepts related to the cycle of narcissistic abuse and how they relate to your own experiences. When you put this knowledge together, you gain wisdom, and that's a superpower. Once you start using the tools shared in this community, that superpower grows even stronger. Not everyone makes it through this cycle or learns what narcissism truly is. Not everyone finds their way to healing and focuses on self-improvement. But that's exactly what you've done, or what you're about to do. You're a rare individual, the kind the narcissist couldn't keep trapped in a negative mindset. They tried everything to make you disappear, but here you are, and that matters. So take a step back, set those boundaries, and remember to say, no, you dodged a bullet. Now, focus on yourself and control what you can control. And don't forget, where you direct your attention is where your energy flows. When you were in that narcissistic relationship, your energy was wasted, putting out fires they intentionally started. You were just trying to cover up the wounds they inflicted on you throughout that entire time. It was like enduring countless little stings, and that's exactly how it felt. The narcissists knew exactly what they were doing. They've always been fully aware, and they always will be. Don't let them trick you. They pulled out all the stops to break you, but they failed. If they tossed you aside, I truly sympathize. You picked up your own pieces when no one, and I mean absolutely no one, came to see how you were doing. No one cared to reach out because they were all busy siding with the narcissist, likely spreading gossip, maybe even keeping tabs on your social media, all while watching your life fall apart. But that's all behind you now. You've moved forward and worked through everything. You've come to understand that not everyone is who they seem to be, and the narcissist tops that list. You've risen to a higher level of understanding, whether you're already there or still climbing. I'm here, extending a hand to pull you up, just like I've helped others get there. With patience, and if you use the right strategies and truly grasp the reality of narcissism, you'll reach that point. This means accepting the truth, cutting all ties, and understanding that the relationship was something you had to experience. It wasn't your fault that you got caught up in it. You were deceived, trapped in confusion, and it was designed to keep you from ever figuring it out. That's when things will turn around for the narcissist. The people they replace you with won't come close to your strength, wisdom, loyalty, or depth of compassion and love. Many times, their new partners are just as toxic as they are, maybe someone who's clueless, or someone who's offering very little. These new people will be hurt and used, but they lack the resources that you had. Remember this. You are a one-of-a-kind, radiant person, shining brighter than any star. The narcissist is far below that, like sludge at the bottom of a swamp, and they know it. They've always known they can't survive without someone else's energy to leech from. They don't have originality or authenticity. All they are is an empty void of confusion, chaos, destruction, and fear. So that's it for today. I really hope this was helpful. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you have an amazing day, evening, or night. Don't ever forget, you are never alone. I care about all of you deeply. Stay blessed, and I'll talk to you again soon. When the tables turn on a narcissist, it's not a one-time thing. It happens over and over again. Their family members often end up cutting ties with them. Parents, siblings, children, cousins, and even friends and coworkers start to realize what's really going on. Once people catch on to who the narcissist really is, they usually distance themselves, realizing they don't want to be the next target. That's why I always say, go no contact. If you haven't done it yet, now's the time. Guard your energy, take back your focus, and start building your future. I love you all. God bless. And I'll see you next time. Take care, everyone.